Right now, at this very moment, Archangel Michael and Jesus are speaking your name. Not a name written in a distant book. Not a name called into a crowd. Your name, the one your mother gave you, the one heaven has never once forgotten. And they are saying this: if this soul leaves now, they will walk past the one door that was built just for them. You have 10 seconds. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Don't look away from these words. Whatever you are carrying today, whatever invisible weight has been pressing on your chest, when you try to sleep, whatever prayer you whispered in a dark room, and then wondered if anyone was even listening, this message did not reach you by mistake. Heaven doesn't make mistakes. You were guided here, and the moment you arrived, something in the spiritual realm shifted. Stay with me, my beloved child. Stay until the very last word, because what is waiting for you at the end of this message is something that heaven has been preparing for you for a very long time. Don't skip, don't move, just stay. The sky above you has gone quiet. The angels are watching. Their breath is held because they know what is written for you, and they know that you are standing right on the edge of receiving it. Archangel Michael is standing to your right now. His sword is drawn not in war, but in protection. He is clearing the path. He is cutting through every obstacle, every delay, every invisible chain that has been holding your breakthrough back. And Jesus is in front of you. His eyes see everything you have been through. Every night you cried alone. Every time you tried again after failing. Every moment you kept believing, even when the evidence said to stop. He sees it all, and he says, tell them that their endurance was not wasted. Tell them that heaven has been counting every single act of faith. My child, please stay. The next part of this message contains something that will make everything you have endured begin to make sense. Don't skip. Don't blink. We are just getting started. Before I take you deeper into what heaven has prepared for you today, I want to pause for just a brief moment. There is someone listening to this right now. Maybe it is you. Maybe it is someone you will share this with later who is sitting alone, exhausted, and quietly wondering if things will ever change. This channel exists because of that person. Every message here is created for the ones who feel unseen, the ones who are still holding on. If this message has already touched something in you, if even one sentence has landed in your heart, then you already understand what this work is. Some of you feel called to help carry this mission forward, not because we ask, but because you want these words to reach the person who needs them, most someone you may never meet. Somewhere in the world who is in their darkest hour right now and searching for exactly this. If that moves you, there is a small link below this video, or in the pinned comment where you can support this mission with the simple cost of a coffee, not as a transaction. As a quiet act of love toward a stranger, you will never know but whose life you may change. You don't have to. But if you do, know this: that small act of generosity becomes a seed that heaven notices. Now, my beloved child, let's go deeper, because what I am about to reveal has never been spoken quite like this before. Something is already shifting around you. I need you to notice it. Right now, a subtle warmth in your chest, a quieting of the noise in your mind, a sense that something important is happening even though you cannot fully explain it. That is not coincidence. That is the divine frequency beginning to align with your spirit. That is the spiritual atmosphere around you changing in real time. Archangel Michael leans forward. His voice is urgent, clear. He says, the veil between where they are and where they are supposed to be is thinning. Every second they remain here, the opening grows wider. Don't let them leave. Not now. Not when they are this close. My beloved, you didn't just stumble onto this message. The algorithm didn't bring you here. Heaven did. There is a word in the ancient texts, kairos. It means a sacred, appointed moment, not the ordinary march of time, but a specific window when something divine becomes available that will not be available in the same way again. You are in a Kairos moment right now. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Because I am about to show you what heaven has placed inside this moment just for you. There are 3 divine seals that have been placed upon your destiny. They have been there since before you were born. And today, right now, as you read or listen to these words, they are beginning to open. Let me tell you what is inside each one. The first seal contains your divine purpose, not a vague feeling, not a distant dream. A specific, irreplaceable mission that only you can carry out, one that was written into the design of your soul before you took your first breath. Jesus speaks softly now, with the kind of tenderness that can quiet a storm. He says, I want to tell you about the night you were created, before your mother knew you, before your first breath, before time even had a name for who you would become. I was there. I watched as heaven wove you together, not randomly, not casually. Every detail was intentional. Every gift, every sensitivity, every way that you see the world differently from everyone around you. None of it was an accident. You were crafted for a purpose so specific that no one else can fulfill it. Not anyone who has ever lived. Not anyone who will ever come after you, only you. And that purpose, that sacred assignment, is held inside the first seal. Archangel Michael adds, with a voice like steady thunder, I have watched this soul through every season of their life. I saw when they tried to shrink themselves to fit in. I saw when they buried their gifts just to feel normal. I saw the years they spent doubting whether they were enough. But heaven never stopped whispering to them, and they never fully stopped hearing it. That restlessness you have always felt, that quiet hunger that ordinary life has never satisfied, that ache for something more, that is not a flaw, my child. That is the seal beginning to open. That is purpose knocking on the inside of your life, asking to be let out. You were never meant for the common path. You were made for something that the people around you may not yet be able to see. But heaven sees it with absolute clarity. Every closed door you faced was not rejection. It was redirection, heaven keeping you aligned with a path that most people never find. Every hardship was not punishment. It was preparation, because your purpose requires a depth of character that only difficulty can build. The first seal is breaking open right now. A beam of pure light rises from the seal as it breaks. Don't skip now, my beloved, because the second seal is even more powerful than the first. The second seal contains your divine restoration. Everything that was taken from you is stored inside this seal. Every dream that was crushed before it could bloom. Every relationship that broke and left marks you still carry. Every moment of joy that turned to grief too quickly. Every version of yourself that you had to bury just to survive. Heaven has been holding all of it, not letting it go, not forgetting it, holding it carefully, tenderly waiting for the right moment to give it back. And today is that moment. Jesus speaks again. His voice carries the weight of someone who has seen every chapter of your story, not just the chapters you share with others, but the ones you keep hidden, the ones you barely dare to remember yourself. He says, I saw the night you cried until there was nothing left. I was there in the room with you. I felt every ache in your chest. I caught every tear you thought no one saw, and I made you a promise in that moment, even if you could not hear it. I made it, I said. I will not let this be the end of their story. I will turn this mourning into something they cannot yet imagine. I will take this ashes and breathe new life into them. I will take this pain and use it as the raw material for something more beautiful than what was lost. That promise is being fulfilled today. Archangel Michael steps forward and adds something that changes everything. Heaven doesn't do simple restoration. Heaven does supernatural restoration. What was taken in a season of bronze will return to you in gold. What was lost in a moment of weakness will return to you multiplied in strength. What was broken in silence will be restored in a way that the very people who doubted you will not be able to explain. My child, your losses were not wasted. They were recorded, every single one. And heaven has been calculating the return not equal return, not fair return, but overwhelming, overflowing, abundant return. The people who hurt you do not know what is about to happen. The systems that closed their doors to you do not know what is about to shift. The circumstances that seem to swallow your best years do not know what heaven is releasing right now. Because the second seal is breaking. And when it breaks, restoration begins to move at a speed that defies natural explanation. Jesus continues, and his words are precise and personal. There is an actual record in heaven, a scroll with your name at the top. On it is written every single thing that needs to be restored in your life. Your joy, your peace, your confidence, the dreams you stopped letting yourself dream, your sense of who you are, your trust in the future. Every relationship that broke in ways you didn't deserve. Every financial season of lack that wasn't your fault. Every single thing. And next to each one is a date. Some of those dates have already passed and you felt the small shifts, even if you couldn't name them. Some are landing today, some are arriving in the weeks to come, but every item on that list will be restored. I give you my word, and heaven does not break its word. Don't scroll now, because the third seal, the one you have been waiting for your entire life, is about to open. Pause here for just a breath. My beloved, you have stayed this far, and I want you to know something. The fact that you are still here, still reading, still listening, still open, that already says something profound about who you are. Not everyone has the patience. Not everyone has the faith you do. This channel is built for people exactly like you. People who are still holding on, still hoping, still reaching for something more. And every message here takes real time, real care, real intention to create. Not because it is easy, but because it matters. If you have found something in these words that felt like medicine for a wound you have been carrying, I want you to know that there are hundreds, maybe thousands of people just like you who found this message on a night when they almost gave up. You can help another one of them find it. Below this video, or in the pinned comment, there is a small link that lets you support this mission with the price of a single cup of coffee. No obligation, no pressure. But if your heart says yes, that offering becomes something real. It keeps the light on for the next person who searches for these words in the dark. You will not know their name. They will not know yours, but the kindness will reach them. And heaven always sees it. Now let's finish what we started, because the third seal is the one that changes your timeline. The third seal contains your divine acceleration. You have been patient. You have been faithful. You have kept walking even when the road felt endless and the destination felt impossible. Heaven has seen every step, and heaven says, the season of waiting is over. The third seal contains supernatural speed, divine momentum, a compression of time that makes up for every delayed year, every season that felt stolen, every promise that seemed to be taking too long. Jesus says, I want to tell you about the multiplication principle, because this is not just restoration. This is increase. When the third seal opens, your blessings do not simply return. They multiply 7 times the joy, 7 times the opportunity, 7 times the momentum. This is not exaggeration. This is the divine law of restoration. Heaven does not just replace what was lost. It returns it with interest, compounded by grace. The years the locusts ate, heaven gives them back not as memories, but as future. Archangel Michael speaks with an authority that echoes through the spiritual atmosphere in the natural world. Time moves at a fixed pace. You cannot rush it. But in the spiritual realm, time is fluid. Heaven can compress what should have taken a decade into a single season. Heaven can bring 20 years of progress into 20 months when the appointed moment arrives. My child, you have been believing, you have been praying, you have been holding on even when every natural sign said to let go. That faithfulness activated something. There is a specific acceleration code assigned to every chosen soul, a divine frequency that, when activated, causes blessings to manifest faster, doors to open more quickly, the right people to appear at exactly the right moment, and the right opportunities to arrive exactly when they are needed. Most people live their entire lives without this code ever being activated. They move at normal speed. They wait without knowing what they are waiting for. They climb slowly without understanding why the summit keeps moving. But you, my child, you stayed. You are still here. And because you stayed, your acceleration code is now active. From this moment forward, things begin to move differently. Answers that you have been seeking will arrive. Prayers that felt unanswered will begin to manifest in visible, tangible ways. Doors that have been sealed for years will develop cracks, then hinges, then open fully. The third seal is breaking. Archangel Michael raises his sword. A sound like divine thunder moves through the atmosphere. The third seal shatters. But my beloved, stay, because there is something that happens after all three seals open. Something that Jesus and Archangel Michael have been waiting to reveal until this exact moment. When all three seals break, something extraordinary is released. The divine magnet, my beloved child. Listen carefully. This is not a metaphor. This is a spiritual reality that the ancient texts point toward, but few people ever understand clearly. The divine magnet is a force that activates inside your life when your purpose, your restoration, and your acceleration align at the same moment. It is the state in which heaven's power and your faith become synchronized. And in that synchronization, attraction begins. You stop chasing. You stop forcing. You stop exhausting yourself trying to make things happen, and things begin to find you. Jesus explains it this way. This is how the universe was always designed to work for the ones who are aligned with their purpose. Not through endless striving, not through grinding until there is nothing left of you, but through divine magnetism, the natural gravity of a soul that is walking in its true calling. The right people will cross your path. You will not have to force the connection. They will be drawn to you by something they cannot name but cannot ignore. The right opportunities will present themselves, not because you hustled harder than everyone else, but because your name is written on them, and heaven ensures they find you. The right resources will arrive. Money you need, provision you require, support you didn't know was possible. Not through your effort alone, but through the multiplication of your effort by divine attraction. You are entering a season where favor begins to operate in your life in a way that others will notice and not be able to explain. Archangel Michael adds one more thing, and it is important. Once the divine magnet activates, not everyone will celebrate it with you. Some people are not built for your next season. Some relationships will fall away, not in drama, not in betrayal, but simply because they belong to an old chapter. Let them go gently, wish them well, and walk forward. New people are coming, people who are aligned with who you are becoming, people who will recognize your gifts and call them out. People who will believe in your vision even before it is fully formed. Your circle is shifting. Your atmosphere is changing. Your story is entering a new chapter. And I, Archangel Michael, will guard the threshold of this new season. No force that opposes your destiny will prevail. No scheme designed against your peace will succeed. What heaven has decided for you cannot be undone by any human decision or any spiritual force. Jesus steps forward one final time, and his voice is clear and steady and full of love. He says, I want to tell you about the next 72 hours because they matter. When a season shifts in the spiritual realm, the natural world follows. But it rarely happens all at once. It begins with a sign. Within the next 72 hours, the next 3 days, watch for a sign. It may arrive as an unexpected phone call, an email from someone you had stopped hoping to hear from, a door that seemed permanently closed that suddenly shows the first movement, a thought that arrives with unusual clarity, a feeling of peace about something that has been keeping you anxious for months. When you see that sign, you will know. you will know that something real happened today. That this was not just words, that heaven truly moved. During these 72 hours, stay in faith, stay in gratitude, stay in expectation. Don't let doubt reclaim the ground that faith has just taken. Don't let old thought patterns pull you back into the story of limitation. You are beginning a new chapter. Walk into it. My beloved child, let me say this directly to you because I believe you have been carrying something heavy for a long time. You have been the kind of person who keeps going, even when you were running on empty, even when the evidence all pointed to giving up, even when the people around you couldn't understand why you were still trying. Heaven noticed every single act of that quiet courage. What looks like stubbornness from the outside looks like faith from heaven's perspective. What looks like foolishness to the world looks like obedience to the divine. What looked like a wasted season to you was, in fact, the exact preparation you needed for the season you are entering. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear, not one prayer, not one sleepless night, not one moment of reaching for hope when hope felt unreasonable. All of it was witnessed. All of it was held. All of it is being woven into what comes next. Archangel Michael speaks one last time. His voice is no longer urgent. It is settled, strong, and full of certainty. He says, the seals are broken. The magnet is activated. The acceleration has begun. Their enemies will not understand what is happening. The people who doubted them will be surprised. The systems that turned them away will begin to open. Not because of luck, not because of chance, because heaven has spoken. And what heaven speaks over a life, no force in this world or any other can permanently silence. Go now, beloved, go forward. The chapter that begins today is the one that was always meant for you. Before you go, do 3 things. They matter more than you might think. First, type Amen in the comments right now. Not as ritual, as a declaration. As your way of saying to the universe, I receive this. I believe this. I am ready for this. The moment you type it, you are making a covenant with what was spoken over your life today. Second, subscribe, if you haven't already. Not for the numbers, but because this channel will keep sending you messages at the moments when you need them most. Heaven tends to work that way. Third, share this with one person. Just one. Think of the person in your life who is almost at their breaking point right now. The one who has stopped talking about their hopes because they have been hurt too many times. The one who is quietly carrying more than anyone around them knows. Send this to them. You don't have to write a long message. You don't have to explain anything. Just send it and let heaven do the rest. When you share this, you become something rare and beautiful in this world. A messenger. A person who saw someone struggling in the dark and quietly lit a candle for them. A person who became, without fanfare, part of the divine plan to lift someone who was falling. That act of kindness has a return that you cannot calculate. But heaven can. And heaven is already accounting for it. Jesus and Archangel Michael are standing together now. They speak in one voice. They say, go now, chosen one. Go with our blessing. Go with our protection. Go with our favor. The seals are broken. The magnet is alive. Your season has begun. Walk in power. Walk in peace. Walk in the truth of who you were always meant to be. We are with you in every step, in every room you enter, in every conversation that shapes your path. In every moment of doubt, we are there reminding you of what happened here today and what heaven declared over your life. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You are loved with a love that does not waver, does not withdraw, and does not have conditions. You are chosen. You are destined for a greatness that will surprise even you. Now go. The greatest chapter of your life begins not someday, not when things get easier, not when you feel ready. It begins right now. My beloved child, don't forget what happened in this moment. Don't forget what was spoken over you today. Don't forget that you are loved, that you are seen, and that the very best of what heaven has prepared for you is not behind you. It is just ahead. Go and live it.